An interaction can be positive or negative, and I want to talk about the power behind having that one interaction and the spiral effect it can have on not only a multitude of lives, but a multitude of different situations in different people's lives, right? In this video, I'm only going to talk about positive ones because I feel like negative ones are quite self-explanatory. You can understand how a negative effect can negatively affect even more people, but whereas a positive one, people forget how powerful even the smallest of positives can be. Whereas in our world, a negative effect, no matter how big or small, can massively impact not only the person that's happened to, but the people around them due to our emotions getting in the way and lack of self development in that aspect. I want to talk about positive interactions because funny enough, a story happened to me recently and I thought I'd share it and show you the value of one simple, which very simple interaction with a human or with a person, sorry, that I've never spoken to in my life, but the effect it can have on not only their life, but their everyday life after that. And this is obviously called the butterfly effect. And by the butterfly effect, I mean a small impact on X person's life can have a tremendous impact in the future because the small ones keep adding up. And so without the initial small one that's happened, positively we're talking about in this example, the big positive at the end never would have occurred, right? This is a classic small example. I was walking to the gym. I go past a train bridge to walk to the gym, and there was a guy, right, standing on the bridge, over a train track, just hanging on the edge, like just leaning over the edge, and you never know what's going through someone's mind. It's like the invisible barrier or the invisible force. You can't see what someone's thinking. So just just out, just out of curiosity and just to make sure they're okay, I went, "Hey, you okay?" And so that interaction not only surprised him, but it was so positive. It was like, "Oh, thank you so much for checking me in. Yeah, I'm just," he just, absolutely waved. But the point I'm trying to make is me making that interaction of making sure that person was okay and making sure they weren't going to do anything stupid off the train bridge could now lead to him the next day feeling waking up and be like, oh, you know, X person, which would be me, person made a nice interaction with me last night, looking after and trying to care for me. I'm going to do the same thing to someone today, and they may go to the supermarket, see someone outside the supermarket looking for change or looking for food. He might go in the supermarket and pass that person some food, and then we get the butterfly effect starting to happen, right? And so that person that's just been bought food can now be like, right, someone's just been nice to me. How can I be nice to someone else? They may share their food with other people that may be homeless as well. And it's just cool to see the development of just a one small positive experience on a random person that you've never spoken to in your life can have on the world. And this can just spiral and spiral and spiral, right? And the reason why I will talk about the positive ones rather than the negative is because the negative ones are, like I said, self-explanatory. I could give negative examples all day, and it's just when negative ones are involved, negative emotions occur, and the most of the time, us as humans aren't very adept at managing our emotions, so they get the best of us in these negative situations. Anger, depression, sadness, similar, and these just end up spiraling, right? Whereas with the positive ones, I want to leave on a positive note and be like, right, if we have a positive message to say, and by that I mean if I'm giving a positive action, I'm going to promote these emotions of happiness, general good well-being. I want to feel proud, engage with other people. It's just creating that almost community-like feeling because at the end of the day, like we're all the same. We're all human, right? We're all like the same species. No matter what you look like, we're all the same species, right? And so I don't see why people aren't striving to make these small but important everyday actions here and there where you can to improve not only your life, because you go away from that situation or experience feeling good about yourself, right? But guess what? It's not selfish either because the other person's feeling just as good because someone's just either checked up on them, helped them out, made them feel special, something, anything along those lines. It's just trading a good for a good. But people, for some reason, are scared to make the first interaction of goodness out of fear of maybe rejection, fear of judgment, mainly revolved around the word fear. So the whole point of this video I'm trying to make is don't listen to the fear in your head. Be like, right, I want to be a positive person. I want to make an impact. How can I do that? This would be through everyday little actions. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It doesn't have to be all extravagant here and there. The smallest of things can make such a big impact. So just remember, whenever you're walking, whenever you're out and about and you see, a situation that you can add to positively, even just chatting to this is what people don't do. Chat to people you've never seen before. If you're waiting in line, just start a conversation, because you never know the impact it'll have. It's like the saying that you get told in schools, or we always used to get told, like, always smile, because a smile goes a long way, right? And it does. Even more than a smile would be a conversation, because like I said, at the end of the day, we're all the same. We're all the same human beings, all trying to live on this planet. A bit of communication with someone who may not be getting any at all can make a huge impact, like a huge, more immeasurable than you can imagine. So next time you're walking around, next time you're out and about, just have a look around. Even in, like I said, you're waiting in line, start a little conversation. You never know what it might spark to you. You never know.